What's up, guys? Philip at Trade Genius. All right, well, we're going to take a look at the Bitcoin chart. Big pop today, about 10% move. So we're going to check out why that happened and where we could go from here. All right, let's dive into this video and check it out.
Trade Genius.
All right, guys, so Bitcoin's up a lot today. Over 10%, over $300 move. A little different than past BART moves where you get like a $100 or $200 move, chop sideways, and then opposite move back down. This one had a couple good pulses in it. So a very good size move to the upside, mainly because the new U.S. Chief of Staff is Mike Mulvaney, and he's been a proponent of Bitcoin. He's been noted as saying that because Bitcoin can't be manipulated, it's good, can't be manipulated by any government. So it's he's a proponent of Bitcoin. And so basically once that news broke, I think that really started to move the price to the upside. And basically a lot of the short, basically was a short squeeze, but a really good one. Now what that tells us though is we're still locked in this range. If you guys remember the video over the weekend, we said we're going to watch what happens in this range. And basically what happened is we got back in it. We did have some signals that were firing long here on the 4-hour and as well as the hourly. I'll show you here on the hourly was a nice one in the channel where we like it in the lower part of the channel, fired here. And so that ended up being a great move. Now it coincided also, if you guys remember, with the breakout of this descending wedge that we talked about. Okay, so you know, obviously any kind of news like that and you've already got this bullish formation is gonna amplify it. Now on the move out of this wedge, the way we like to look at those is you measure where the wedge starts, the width of that wedge, okay, and then you move it over to where you break out from, and so that's potentially a 30% move up to this 4,200 area. Now, whether or not that move gets there is really going to be dependent on getting out of this range. So for now, we're going to see what happens with price action. And if you're in the room, we'll be calling out levels to position in, whether it's fading the move, another move up, or getting long on a pullback. But again, guys, I think that until we break out of this range to the upside, it's really going to cap the move up. Okay. Now, on the daily chart, again, you guys saw one thing we pointed out was getting a close above this moving average, which we did. Typically, this moving average, the WMA 20, typically caps the momentum. So we'll see. This really has to prove now to us if there's follow through. I think there will be some buying on a pullback here, but really needs to get back above. Otherwise, if it does that, clears that level, gets above that current 4-hour range that we showed you here, then I think potentially what we can see is a move back up into the 4,200 area. All right, so that's potentially what can happen. But again, nothing really has changed fundamentally outside of this range. So before you break out your party favors, just keep that in mind that we're still in this big range. If you remember, we said this big range, this is a monthly range, and it's fairly big, from 3,000 to 5,000 roughly. Okay, so we're expecting price to dance around in here. So starting to dance, but that's basically where you want to keep things in perspective as far as how this move went. But again, a new U.S. Chief of Staff that's been vocal about his favorable outlook on Bitcoin is going to help. Will it put in a bottom? I think that's way premature to say, but you know, price basically has to change structure on the weekly, okay, for that to actually hold any weight as far as us putting in a bottom. If it doesn't change structure on the weekly, basically any bounce is going to be game for the short sellers, okay? So that's what we're going to be keying in on. But anyway, I just wanted to point out to you guys how this played out. News amplified the technicals on this. We got a short squeeze. Again, we're still stuck in that range. So let's see what happens with price action. But again, the key level here for me for further upside is going to be this range. All right, so that's going to be basically getting above this 36.42 area. I don't think it will do. I think we're going to probably make an attempt at it, but you're going to see some selling come in. So we'll see after that selling comes in how price reacts. If it can hold and make another attempt at it, then we'll have a serious potential for breaking back up to 4,200. Okay guys, that's it for this video. Thought I'd fill you in on the, if you weren't sure why price popped, I think that had a lot to do with it. All right guys, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe if you're interested in any of these indicators that caught most of this move. Head over to tradelikeagenius.com and you can sign up for one of the packages that has those indicators. All right guys, take care. Thanks for watching. Bye.
Trade Genius.